and just about got it. So this thing here just happens to be about 2 inches long. I'm going to cut this in half, and I'm going to fold the two halves to make a teardrop. Believe it or not, it doesn't take a genius to figure out where center is. Just the thing will sort of balance, you know, you got it about center. A nice straight cut, and just hold one piece and bear down on it. Now, as you can see, I've got my two little pieces that I'm going to use for my loops. Those flat pieces are going to look like those. They're going to be rolled into that teardrop shape. Alright, so now we have our two little strips cut. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take you over to a piece of paper, and I'm going to try to explain to you what we're going to do. That's what the strip will look like at the beginning. We're going to take a file, and we're going to file the edges to look like points like this. And then as we roll it over, the two edges will come together and make an actual sealed seam. And it'll look something like a teardrop. So I take my piece, and I actually have a special pair of pliers, and they're round on the ends. And I'm going to hold it in the center. I'm going to take a file, or you can do it by hand, either way. I'm going to file the flat edges at about a 20-degree angle. And when I take this down, these filed edges are the 2 points that are going to come together. If you reduce it by half, then when you get the bottom of the point, it'll have the same size as the rest of the loop. And it'll be a better, nicer looking effect for your loops. Doesn't take very long to do. The other nice thing is that when you're soldering this onto the metal, the thickness of the point will be the thickness of the metal, and it makes it nice and convenient. Your loops look like they're, I don't know, magically meant to be on there. One thing you might want to consider when you're doing this is that you are creating some friction on the ends, and the things will get hot. And if you have delicate hands, this could be something you might have to work with. Okay, almost. You also want these, when you grind them down, to get them flat. So when the points come together, they have a nice point. Set it in the center. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the metal and I'm going to roll it over as I hold it on both ends until finally they come to a point. Bending this into a loop, and when I get to the points, when the points touch, I'll bend the points past each other just a little bit, and what this does is this work hardens the loop. And then you can always take your file and just make sure you got a little flat space on the bottom of it. You want that flat space so you have two flat spaces coming together. You have two flat spaces coming together when you solder, the flat of the metal and the flat bottom. And basically, you're done. We haven't soldered it yet, but that's basically what the pendant will look like. That's the majority of it.